back to the inn at the end, friends. Our troopers are already at their table, getting underway. Why don't you go join them? I'll bring you a drink.
Welcome to The Inn at the End, the number one D&D podcast. I'm your host and GM, Alex. With me today, give me your name and the character you're playing.
Dash as Valen Blackwood.
Caleb as Simon Monroe.
Milo as Ace Whittington.
And Rhett as Ebenezer Colthane.
Let the adventure begin. My tab went sideways. I was preparing it, so it was a little lifted up.
Is that a good omen or a bad omen?
And is it a good omen for me or a bad omen for you? Where's it going?
Good. It's all good. It has to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent a lot of time on this character. It has to be good.
Right. It has been 3 years since the events that took place at Melora's Lost Temple. The characters that join me here have left Quilton Bay throughout these 3 years. Valen went off on missions with the secret librarians of the Lighthouse Church. Simon went off to finish his training. 3 years of training in the Dragon Breath region of Soduria, so he can become a full-fledged forester to protect the forests outside of Quilton. Ace left to fulfill a contract that was placed with the family that runs the Merchants Guild in Quilton as well. But he didn't return when he was supposed to. And after that, Ben and Brooch set off to find Ace out at sea. But none of them have returned in these 3 years. So we're going to go around and find out how they all find their way to Brooch's ship as they head back on the 3-year mark of when Simon is supposed to return to be inducted into the Foresters. And I was thinking about this a bit. I wanted to layer who kind of came first and who didn't. I think we should roll off for this.
Yes.
I think we're going to go through and...
But not me, right? Because I'm just kind of...
No, everybody. Absolutely. There's no... You guys are sprawled all across Haven.
Are we adding anything to this roll?
No, just a D20. Whoever gets the highest will be the first one, and then I'll have you roll again for who of the 3 that are left, who goes second, and so on. It could move.
I got an 11.
11.
16.
16.
12.
12. And Ben? 5. So, Ace, where do you think you are? Brooch will come into the story, but where do you think you are?
I believe I am in the city of Valderrama.
Veldroma.
Yeah, I'm going to pronounce that wrong a lot of times. So.
No worries. It's D&D.
I'm in the city of Valdroma. I have been investigating some of the ports and trying to gather some information about a certain captain of a ship that I would like to murder.
Gotcha. Fantastic. So yeah, you are at the docks outside of Veldroma. The Veldroma Council is all known for this place. It's given the same name. It's a school, it's a city, it's a place of trade, it's a small government that tends to the relationships further north. But you're spending some time at the docks, these ancient docks that aren't used other than during the calming, are full and busy. You spend enough time here that you recognize the ships that are coming and going, and a familiar ship catches your eye. Brooch's ship has docked, and he is unloading goods, talking with one of the port masters. This is somebody you haven't seen in 2.5 years.
I do see him, and I'm immediately just kind of like overcome with like some like guilt feelings, and I see him, and I immediately look around for Ben.
Give me a perception check.
That will be 13.
13. Taking a look from where you are, a distance away, you don't see anyone else as part of the crew. Seems that he's the only one doing any unloading or loading, and then just giving that to the dock hands there.
I quietly walk up behind him.
Yeah, you see him moving goods, talking to his contact there that he's kind of selling some stuff to. Doesn't see you if you walk up behind him for sure.
And as I kind of like walk up behind him, I look at the person that he's talking to, and I grab him by the shoulders, and I say, "Brooch, it's time."
He whips around and is going to try and hit you for sure. For sure, with a scary voice like that coming up, he's going to try and give you a smack. Rolls a 5. He's not quite quick enough to hit you, and he spins around to try and.
He goes over my head.
right.
Because I'm reaching up like this.
And he looks down, and this confused look goes across his face. And I would note something you notice different about Brooch when you see him. He has an eye patch over one. I think it's his left eye, and you see kind of behind it are scars from some old burn. And he looks down. He says, "Ace?
Yeah, man, it's me."
What the hell? What? And he finishes up his business really quick. Where have you been?
So when he looks at me, I've got
And
my
yes,
my
please.
white hair pulled back in a ponytail. There are blotchy kind of like different colored skin like areas, like in green and purple and red, on my face and on my arms. I'm wearing a small like crop top kind of jacket and a small kilt that's a little bit too short. I've also got some muddy boots on.
Like the Futurama captain.
Yes, yeah, exactly like that.
Oh, like what, Zap Brannigan?
Yeah. No, yeah, they're just like, oh no, not quite.
He's got the skort.
But yeah, definitely the most noticeable difference is these blotchy colored patches all over my body, and yeah.
So Brooch looks at you, he's like, "What in the hell happened to you?"
It's a really long story, man. I am so glad. Where's Ben? Are you guys out together?
Right. That's another long story. Yeah, we tried to come find you after you didn't come back. No one knew what happened to you.
I bet my father did.
I think he had some idea. Last I heard, he'd gotten into a bit of trouble trying to figure out where you'd gone.
I'm sure he would have liked to known.
I think so, yeah. But shoot, I'm headed to go get Simon soon. He's supposed to come back to Quilton.
Oh, the kitten.
Yeah, he's.
I haven't seen that little guy.
It's been years. Yeah, but
little
he's
backhanded.
finishing up his training. I've spoken with him. I'm supposed to be meeting up with him to go back to Quilton.
I'm not finding what I need here. Maybe Quilton. I can find what I need to know. Maybe for my father.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to track him down, that's going to be the first place to start. Come on.
It's good to see you, friend, and I give him like a big
it gives
hug
you a
around
big
the waist.
hug. The two of you make plans to head out and pick up Simon and eventually head towards Quilton Bay. You relay the stories of your long stories along the way. With the more specific ones, we'll get to when Ben shows up.
Exactly.
So the rest of you, let's roll on who goes second. New rolls.
New rolls every time.
New rolls every time. I want the tension of you don't know if you're going to be next.
I got a 10.
10. 6.
9.
10, 6, 9. 10.
That's me, baby.
Valen.
Wow.
Where
Middle of
do
the
you
road.
think you are?
Oh gosh. So am I starting out, because he started out in Veldroma, and that's where he's coming from. I'm probably, gosh, I don't know, probably like, I'm assuming just like coming into town from the ocean, probably on a chartered boat, or
Yeah. So where are you when the encounter is going to take place where Brooch finds you? In essence, what's going to happen is Brooch is sailing these seas, happening upon each of you at some port or city
gotcha.
or random meet up. So more so where would you find yourself when that takes place?
I guess he would probably find me like, maybe like near like the undersea, I guess, because I'd spent some time there.
You spent some time there. You ended up leaving that place, I believe, and spending some time out in Haven more broadly. You've had some time to kind of travel the different towns that radiate from there.
I would probably assume I'm probably laying low in like a coastal town.
Okay.
Probably just not trying to draw too much attention to myself.
Yeah, let's say the Port of Stone is where you are.
Okay.
This is the port that's kind of at the mouth of the trench that leads to where you went.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, you are at the Port of Stone. This very good place to hide out. There's not a lot of laws here other than what is scribed on the stone tablets that come down from the mountain above. Beyond that, everyone keeps themselves. A great place for pirates and other folk to live without laws. And a good place for making some money with goods that come in and out. And as you are laying low, having a meal and a drink at one of the dockside bars, you see a familiar face show up as Brooch comes in and starts talking to the barkeeper about just mundane kind of things, just goods that might be needed here. Gives him a list of stuff he has, some like glass materials, and he's looking to try and sell that stuff. But you catch him as he's walking in.
When he's up at the bar and he's talking to the bartender, I kind of want to slide up next to him like real sly, and then kind of lean on the table and kind of give him a little wink. Like, well, hello, Brooch. It's been how long now? And
can you describe your character? What your character looks like? And if there are any changes from what we previously have known.
Yeah. So Valen had fair skin, and his like eyes kind of looked like golden orbs. They're now like yellow. No, they're not golden. Maybe like a tinge of like red in his eyes, and his skin isn't so much fair as it is like almost like graying, and his hair isn't like this shiny white. There's like a dullness to the color. And so when I slide up next to him to broach, I would be a jump scare. He would go, Jesus Christ. And I have chainmail, and I have a dark cloak, and I have a black tabard over the top and back of my armor. And you can see this giant sledgehammer slung across my back.
All right.
And I also have like a hood on, so he can just see the hood and just my shadowed, really scary face. It's like, yes, hello, Brooch. It's been how long now? This is fantastic.
By my lord, Valen, is that you?
Yes, it's me in the flesh, more or less.
More or less, yeah.
Yes, right.
What are you doing in a place like this? And he kind of looks around, just making sure no one's gonna, do anything untoward.
And I take his chin and I move it back to him. Like, don't look around. You don't.
Right.
Don't look around. Let's not draw too much attention to us. Yes,
Of course.
laying low since I know our friend is coming back, right? To Quilton.
Right, yes. I stopped here. I actually picked up Ace. He's helping unload some cargo down
Ace! Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm so happy I ran into you. Yes, can I come with?
Absolutely, of course.
That is wonderful. Second question, do you have a dark hold on your ship where I can be?
Yeah, there's an we've got sleeping quarters underneath. It's
Yes,
cramped. It's
fantastic.
not cozy or nothing, but it holds enough cargo to keep me going.
I don't need cozy. That's quite all right.
Okay, well, perfect. I've got you
a
covered.
dark place I can kind of sequester myself, for meditations.
Oh, of course, yes. Yeah, of course. If you need peace alone, we can, make sure we don't interrupt you.
Oh, that is fantastic. All right. Well, let me get my stuff. And when are you departing?
I not too long. I'm just offloading a few things here.
Right.
Barkeeper's no help. So we're just headed off to the next spot, see if we can make a trade there. Just trying to make a little money on their way back to Quilton. We're gonna hit the docks down in Sidoria. That's where Simon is. We're gonna
yes.
try and find him.
Yes, of course. All right. Well, and Valen kind of looks around at some people and is like, yes, real quickly. I gotta do something. Need to satisfy something, and then I will meet you at your ship.
No problem. Gives you kind of directions where his dock is situated. And yeah, you can meet him there.
All right, and Valen kind of vanishes out the door.
All right.
Spooky.
Is there anything specific you wanted to do before you head back to the boat? Or do we want to leave that to kind of just fade to black and then you meet back with Brooch and Ace?
Oh, jeez.
Is there a check I need to make right now?
I mean, not
Or
at the
saving
moment,
that?
no.
Okay. All right. Then no, I'm good. Fade to black.
Fade to black. And
I love it.
but yeah, when you return to the boat, Ace and Brooch are there, who you haven't seen in so long. And they're finishing up getting the goods sorted.
Oh, I know that face anywhere.
Oh yes, Ace. Oh heavens, it is so good to see you.
Yeah, it looks like Mama's boy lost a little bit of his shine. Yeah.
Yes, I have gone through some physical changes. I just
You're looking a little dark.
well, dietary restrictions. You know how it is.
Oh.
But yes, no, I'm feeling honestly better than I ever have. Feel really great, really, really healthy. How are you? You look great. What is this on your skin?
There's ever been to the swamps of Valamore?
The Fliuch swamps in
The
Valdroma.
Fliuch swamps in Valdroma.
Ooh, can't say that I
Yeah,
have.
you
but-
shouldn't go there because
No, don't go there?
It's pretty nasty.
Right. Well, then I guess my advice is don't go to the undersea.
The undersea.
Yeah, no. Lots of terrible things can happen down there. So it sucks. But also good things. I guess it's
I
kind of good
can
now.
tell you some things about suck.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to
Yes, go
retreat.
on. We love this.
I'm going to retreat to the hold. It was good seeing you. I'm so happy we're reunited. I can't wait to see Simon and Ben.
Yeah, we haven't found Ben yet, but I hope he comes along. And of course, Simon, got to give him a little rub behind the ears.
Of course, yeah, and scratch his chin. Yes.
Yes, that's what he likes.
Yes, I know. I can't wait to treat him like a child still.
We never really grow up, do we?
No, never.
All right. You guys pack up, get ready for sailing, and you head off into the inner channels again, unknown where where your next destination is. If I could have the last two, roll a d20, see who goes next.
Finally. 15.
6.
15 for
15.
old Ben.
Roll ban.
And this is something I wanted to clarify with you, Rhett,
Yeah.
because I don't know if we finalize this, but has Ben had an interaction with Brooch since he's been away?
That's a good question.
I know we talked about it a little bit, and it'll inform, the next scene.
I almost feel as though it's pretty fitting if I did, as though there's almost this like cosmic weave, it's like
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
and that might
nature of
help
Bruce's
also. That might also Bruce can give me a little bit of what I don't have anymore, remember anymore, and he can sort of fill in the gaps so that when
Well, I guess what I'm asking is, has that happened, or is this about to happen?
I say that it has happened.
It has happened. Okay, so Brooch kind of knows where you are. Then it is
Sure, and he's
trying to
the one
make
who
it-
was
make
like,
his way there.
"You're gonna make it a Simon's thing, right?" And I'm like, I guess if it was something I was supposed to do, sure.
Okay, so you've had that
Yeah.
that moment with Brooch already. Then perfect. So then, where do you think you have been holed up, waiting for Brooch's return?
Yeah, I feel as though, like, after I probably hooked up with Brooch last time, I'm still sort of like connecting with this sort of new mission, I guess, for lack of a better term. And I feel as though, like, one of the few places that I might have been able to indulge that, I would have asked him to, like, leave me or something like
Sure,
that. You know,
sure.
maybe I could see it, like, I don't know how long it takes for him to make these trips, but maybe like a few months ago,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
was all like, I got work here to do.
Yeah, there is some portside kind of fishing villages
Yeah.
that are part of the Drake and Reach.
Perfect. That sounds dope.
The great houses of the dragon in Harkvalen.
Yeah.
So yeah, small fishing villages,
Yeah.
rife with tradition and lore similar to the stuff that you grew up with.
Yeah. Sweet.
So yeah, you are in one of those villages. There's fresh catches being brought in. They're unloading that. I think maybe you're helping do
Sure.
some of that work. And on the horizon, you see Brooch's ship coming in. And at this point, I would say you that have been on the ship as well, you've noticed that the mast of the ship, where the statue is of Melora that was taken, you see that it is been blindfolded with old oily rags. Brew just told you he just doesn't trust the vision any longer of Melora, and he likes to take that into his own hands. And so that's what you see is this mass of the ship with the covered eyes approaching, and you know that it's Brooch coming to pick you up.
Absolutely.
And get to the dock. It's real foggy, dark out, and gets the boat secured to the docks, and you see Brooch, Ace, and Valen approaching.
Yeah. And I feel as though, I don't know if Brooch would have like warned anybody or if he just didn't have the heart for the conversation.
I don't think he did.
But, I
He just said Brooch. Once the land kind of came in, Brooch let the two of you know that Ben was ahead. He's been staying here for a bit.
he's literally ahead. No.
You see him just a floating head helping with the fish.
No, but you see Ben and like the general sort of shape that Ben had occupied before is like largely sort of the same, but he has changed and dramatically. And you notice that there are pieces of his flesh that have been seemingly gnawed away, and that these wounds don't seem to impede or cause any sort of discomfort like that. There's parts of my face as you guys get closer that are super messed up. And in fact, you can see that my eyes have been like, or at least one of them has been like completely just like eaten out hollow, and you can see like into the socket or whatever. And,
We really didn't make it out of this 3 years very well.
And we're only level 3?
yeah. Yeah. Well, and yeah, Ben has sort of undergone his own transformation. And yeah, he's back from like the dead, I guess, in lack of a better term. Like he had an accident out on the high seas and drowned. But here he is, given a second lease to help people in the similar vein from Melora. So
I think Ace is probably walking with Brooch, and he doesn't like notice like Ben right away, and until
And Brooch comes up to you and just says, "Hail, friend Ben, come here," and he gives you a big, like, strong hug. Just glad to see that you're still okay where he left you, and that you're still standing here.
Yeah, and I return it. I'm a little unsure still, but Brooch and I, we've had that connection, and I give him a hug back, and I say, Brooch, it's good to see you. Is it already time?
It's time, and look who I found. And he kind of waves his hand towards Ace and Valen there.
Fellow travelers, it's good to meet you.
Ben.
Right, this is Ace. You remember Ace from
Right, from Quilton.
And Valen.
Yeah.
Yes, you remember me? I look a little different. I see you've gone under a similar transformation of some kind.
Yes, apparently we play the same character.
Yeah, it seems like we kind of fucking do. We play the same goddamn character every time. I don't know how, but that's where we've landed.
I think there's a spark of recognition when Brooch is like Ace, but not so much with Valen, especially because Valen looks a little different. But with Ace, it's almost like, oh, right. Like it kind of comes back a little bit. And I say like the beach.
And I pull out my blue pebble and I show it to you. I'm like, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. No, and that does that sparks a little bit more. And you see the recognition. And I'm like, of course. I think I went to look for you.
I know, brother. And I come in, I just give you like the biggest barbarian hug a halfling can give.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure what to do because I just met you. But I kind of pat your back.
Never again, man. Never again, brother. Always together from now on.
Pretty strong for first meeting. But
All right, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's on the same wavelength as you.
It's fine, Valen. Just
I know
let us have this moment, okay?
All right.
Brooch told me that we shared a strong bond, and it's good enough for me.
I'll tell you everything.
I look forward to it.
So you get settled into the new ship. You take care of the affairs that you had in town, and Brooch kind of takes the two of you aside and just lets you know that Ben's, since he's come back, has been having troubles remembering. Took him a while to remember who Brooch was, and just says that he's been trying to help as best he can. And to try and remind him of things to jog that memory.
Yeah, and it's definitely helping for sure. Especially like seeing the blue pebble, that was a strong jolt, stuff like that. So
Going back home will
That's what
definitely
Brooch, yeah,
help.
he's like, I think getting back home is going to be the cure for him. I think it's going to be,
I feel
for
like
the most part,
he needs some kind of
pretty
makeover
good.
too, because that eye socket thing is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, the whole lot of you are real different looking than I remember. I'm just when we find Simon, I assume he's just going to be a dog.
Just flipped.
Yeah.
That would make
Funny
sense.
you say that.
he's a tabaxi, but he wants to be a dog so bad.
All right. So you load up in Brooch's ship and you set sail for Soduria. Simon.
Yeah. Do I need a roll?
Yeah,
Or can I
Yeah,
just
go ahead and
talk?
roll.
Okay.
Yeah. See
no.
if you get the highest.
you missed.
I got a 6 again.
That's pretty low, but we'll take it.
Phew. Okay. So just like where I see myself.
Yeah. Where do you
kinda-
think you are, and what what do we
brings me
see as
back
the
in.
audience?
Do you have missing patches of fur now?
Well,
Different colored. Some are longer.
Are you an
some are
here we
undead
go.
cat?
yeah.
I never
We're
died.
all-
Just
Yeah. Okay, so I think the camera zooms in through a forest treetop canopy, and as it comes down to the ground, you see a gray and white, what you believe to be a cat, in full loaf mode on a quilt in the middle of the woods. Nothing nearby except for the natures of sound. I imagine it's late afternoon, maybe getting close to the sun starting to kind of descend. And you hear a snap of a twig off in the distance, and his little ear twitches towards that direction, and lifts up his head, and Simon says, "Adelaide, is that you?" And as he lifts up his head, you see that he's still that same gray and white tabaxi, but his face is now, the hair on his face is now grown out, almost like a beard, like he's trimming his long hair into a beard kind of a situation, but he's
Nice.
still otherwise very much short-haired by his own hand. And you do, in fact, see patches of hair missing, much like you would like a cat that has seen some sort of
Mangy.
fights. Yeah. So the scar tissue, there's no hair growing back in those spots, that kind of a thing. Above the brow, there's a bald patch, and on the arms and the back and everything, there's a bald patch. And scattered around next to him, you see some of his belongings on top of this quilt. You see an empty turtle shell or a crab shell. You see like a simple piece of twine that's tied into a bracelet, a loop, laying there. And then out off in the distance, in response to him calling out Adelaide, you hear a female voice call back and say, "How'd you know it was me?" And Simon responds saying, "I could smell you a mile away." And as he comes up more upright, his chest leaving loaf mode, there's a hand crossbow that was under him in his paw, ready in case anything happened.
And he fucking plugs her.
I've been waiting for this moment.
First kill of the kill.
I knew it was you. Funk.
And as he stands up, he's gathering his items back in to his pack and thoughtfully rolling up his quilt and putting it on top of his bag. And as he stands up, you see his face is still very much young. He still looks like a kitten in the face, minus the longer growth hair. He's still got that young face, but you've noticed that he's filled in his humanoid bits
Nice.
a little bit better.
Nice.
Nice, dude. Humanoid bits.
Yeah, I fucking love those humanoid bits.
Yeah, I love the human part.
He's got
Fill
like
him
a
out.
jawline and
Yeah,
triceps.
yeah.
And,
Yeah, lats.
Muscles on muscles, and
Cut.
he's very is the word lithe that I want to use?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, live.
Very lean, muscular, lean, not a lot of body
Sinewy.
fat. Sinewy. I've gotten in trouble for using that before on the podcast, so I wasn't sure if I can use
What?
it.
Not from me.
Sinewy.
Why?
It doesn't matter. I think it's because somebody didn't know what the word meant, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, he's filled out. He's very muscular, and he pulls out of his pack after he's done packing everything else up. He pulls out of his pack like a leather armor jerkin top kind of a thing, and on it you see. Well, actually, you don't see anything on it. Now that I think about it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he slips it on, slings his hand crossbow on his belt, and starts walking towards Adelaide. And he says, "So, Addie, why are you bothering me out here?" And she says, "Oh, it's time for dinner. You know, family's got dinner. We know you're leaving soon, and we want to get all the time with you that we possibly can." And so they bound off to family mealtime,
Okay.
heading back into Soduria.
Soduria. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, you spend a final night at the place you've been calling home for so long, with this newfound, group that you have. Yeah, during the night you say your goodbyes, and in the morning you know that Brooch is supposed to arrive sometime, around noon, around the high sun.
Cool.
That worked out pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
Him being last.
And you head down to the docks to wait for him.
Very cool.
after a good amount of time, Brooch and the rest of you arrive at the docks here, and a more muscular-looking cat than you remember.
I can describe it again if you guys.
No, I think we get it.
Sinewy.
Kind of feels like
A
coming
very
back to
sinewy cat.
kind of feels like coming back to Stranger Things, the latest season.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all grown up now.
Oh,
Yeah.
those kids are in their 30s.
Exactly. That's you. Cat ears, baby.
Yep.
And you meet up, the four of you again. For the first time since you parted ways back in Quilton Bay.
Simon, all grown up. Do you still like it behind your ears? Like, give you a little.
I'm a little too old for that, but keep doing it.
And I do.
Simon, you are looking quite yoked.
Holy who are you? Val?
It's me, Valen.
Oh my gosh. What happened to you?
It looks like you've went through some changes as well.
I guess that's fair.
You think I'm scared? Fucking look at Ben.
Jeez. What?
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
scary. I mean, I'll stand next to him and you'll go, oh, he kind of looks normal.
Yeah.
That guy is...
What happened to your eye?
Crabs ate it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Ben,
Anyone I know?
It was Corey.
You tell me.
And his damn knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Simon, it's time that you go back. Let me get back into my voice. It's time that you're going to go back to our hometown, right?
Yeah. I think they're, as far as I know, they're already setting up for the ceremony.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm super stoked. I will finally be a full member. I'll get my emblem and ready for adventure.
Well, let's go back home and kill my dad. I mean, see your
Hold up.
thing happen.
What did you say?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I could help.
Okay.
What happened to you guys while I was gone?
What?
Was
No,
eaten by
just...
crabs.
Yeah, he was clearly eaten by crabs.
Okay.
Let's establish
just
that.
talk about it on the boat, okay?
To be honest, I have no memory of who this is. So
I think Brooch spent
I
some
figured.
time preparing you when you headed to meet Simon. So I think it jogs at least a little bit of that memory, especially related to
And
the
I
other
would-
people.
the beach.
Knowing that there's some sort of trouble, some sort of cognition problem happening, I would pull out my empty crab shell to show him. Do you remember this?
Right.
I actually tried to get you your trinket back.
No, you did. Do you still have
Oh, your bone. The bone.
your bone?
That's what
Yeah.
it was.
I have all of my bones.
He
I
just-
like start patting his.
He just shows up some
Gambison
missing
and stuff.
flesh. He's like, I got this bone.
This
I don't
bone.
trust he has all his
this
bones.
bone.
This bone.
I think he might be missing.
I have a
I,
radial in the
I
ulna.
do investigate his gambison and his,
You guys might all remember that I gave the bone.
but he gave it back.
No, he didn't. I asked for it back and he said no.
Yeah. I tried. I tried to get.
the
I tried to get it
spreading
back
this
for
kept
him.
the offering.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he gave it back.
Very much
Yeah.
wanting to keep the offering.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
never mind.
and I
Because he
said
knew it was important.
and I said I offered in good faith and take it. And he was like, "All right, good."
Never mind then.
So I tried to take it back, and then when he wouldn't, I was like, "Good, because it's yours now." But I don't remember that. And you're like, "Do you got your bone?" And I'm like, I got all of them. I think.
Well, we got plenty of time on the ride back to kind of catch up, right? All right, guys.
Yes. No, I
Sure. Why not?
that'll
It
be
has been
exciting.
Be about
so
a week.
long.
Hopefully, if the winds and seas favor us to
that's-
get back.
I honestly feel like so much younger, and I don't know, things don't seem so bad being around all of you.
Aw.
It does feel like coming home a bit now that I see you.
You guys want to sing a song?
I've never been home, so
Do you want to make up a song?
A new song.
Yeah.
I
Just for you.
please don't put me on the spot.
How long is the trip to Quilton going to take?
Brooch thinks it's about a week.
Oh, okay.
And I
Oh,
think
wow.
it'd be a week or a couple weeks between each of these visits. Like it's been a long time, just because you are all strewn across the
Right.
world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's get to it.
All I could
guys
think
wanna-
of when you guys were asking for singing was like the TikTok guy doing like the pirates and like the low voice.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
My money don't fold.
No.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up.
Or wait, no, it's supposed to fold, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, money don't
Not in
jiggle
D-
jiggle.
yeah.
It folds.
There we go. That's right.
That's what it was.
So yeah, you guys
not
set
D&D.
back on sail towards Quilton.
Rum. We need rum.
Bruce has got rum.
We
He's
get
got
rum.
a lot of rum
Down in the
actually. He's got
bowels of the ship.
Yeah.
And I need to tell everybody what I'm going home for.
Yeah. No, take this time. Absolutely. Any conversations
Wow.
you have on the way back, anything you want to ask Brooch, go right ahead.
Yeah, if Brooch is down here too, like as you're drinking and sharing stories, I asked Brooch, so of my father, he is no longer in Quilton. My family.
Some of your family's still there. I know your father was caught stealing some stuff. Last I heard,
Yeah, that
I
sounds
haven't
about
been.
right.
I haven't been to Quilton in over a year now. They weren't letting ships in or out as much anymore, and that kind of dragged business for your dad. And apparently, there's new people in charge there.
No more Drecuse.
No, they are the Drescues from further into the continent.
But my family is not in charge anymore.
Your mom's helping him out. Apparently, it's her cousins. But your dad made some mean enemies of him, apparently. Last I heard, he was on a prison barge.
Well, it serves him right.
From what Brooch told me, he's basically responsible for what happened to both of us.
And what exactly happened to you, Ben?
Well, Ben wanted to go find you after you had left. And so I took him out in the sea. We found out where you were headed. Your dad let us know where it was in the swamps. When we tried to get there, there was a storm, a big storm. You know, kind of similar to what the storms we saw before everything calmed down. Ben went overboard. And I didn't see him until about 6 months ago after that.
You've been lost at sea.
I guess so.
For years.
And you don't remember any of it.
Well, I remember quite a bit of it. I don't remember going overboard. First thing I remember is waking up in the dark and the crabs eating dinner.
That's
mean,
what
that-
happened to your eye.
That wasn't a joke?
No, that was real. Yeah, it's kind of a nightmare.
Simon nearly tackles Ben with a hug, putting his head into his chest and saying, "I'm so sorry, man.
Kicking
I'm
with
so
your back
sorry I
feet.
wasn't there. Yeah, I'm so sorry I wasn't there to help you.
I don't think you could have saved me from going overboard,
Well,
Simon.
I should have been there with you. I'm sorry, man. It'll
were
never
just a
happen
kid.
again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ace is just kind of sitting there with his like arms in between his legs, just kind of like hunched over. He's like, "This is my fault too. You came after me."
Well, if your father hadn't sent you in the first place,
It's all his fault. You're right. You're always right, Ben.
I like that quality about me.
Should have
nice to
listened to
know.
you begin with.
Oh, and so what's your excuse?
Well, I don't think your father had anything to do with what happened to me, but I'm certainly fine blaming him.
I'll find a way.
All right,
Go ahead and tell us
fantastic.
the story. We'll see
To
if we
blame
can.
him.
6 degrees of Ace's
Yeah,
dad.
you're not nearly as pretty. Not to say
I still have
Don't
my
listen to him.
jawline and youth.
You look
I'll have
different,
you know.
but you look good.
All right, fine.
I have no
guess if
memory of
we're-
you, so
And that is great. But I was a sight before. Well, I guess I should explain a few details about what I went through. As you know, I went with the librarians to hunt down artifacts for Melora, and a group of us, we found that there was a nest of vampires holding on to an artifact. And so we went in, and we all fucking died.
Jeez.
Except me. Turns out, one of them bit me, yes. But I'm not full. I'm actually what some call half. So, only half vampire. So that might come up later.
Can I ask you? I'm sorry. I just want to be sensitive. What do you call half vampires?
Apparently, you call them a dampier.
Okay. I just don't
Yes.
want to offend anyone. So
No, I don't know how you could offend me.
dampier.
Yes.
Okay.
I like how we must have opened Van Richten's like on the same day.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you're literally the thing I was also considering.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, that's cool. And I was thinking about being a dampier, but I was like, this seems more like what I want to go for.
Is
so.
it it's like DHAM?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
like with this half like vampire side,
Right. Yes.
Do you
Are we
suck
safe?
people's blood?
Yeah, I have an urge for it. Yes. It's something that, I gotta fight off, but don't worry. I won't hurt any of you. It's gonna be fine. I can control my urges largely, and
I don't think you'd want mine.
that's also a good point.
Not having let go of that hug that entire time that this was happening.
Yeah.
I immediately jumped from that hug to this hug with the dampier, and I'm so sorry, man. I should have been
no,
there.
that's quite all right.
You
No.
died, or you came close to
Well,
dying.
It's all right. It's been kind of a more or less spiritual experience,
You promise you're not upset about it.
Oh no, I'm better than ever. I don't follow gods anymore. Follow my own
Hold
thing.
up.
You don't.
Whoa, record scratch.
You've given
no
up
Melora?
Melora?
Oh, fuck Melora. She's a bitch.
Whoa.
So are all the other gods. What are we talking about here?
Simon immediately steps back and looks for lightning to come down.
Oh no, it's fantastic. Yes,
Looks
no.
at the statue.
I've got a new lease on life. None of this. Melora. And praise. Oh, do you want to hear Melora? No one wants to hear Melora.
Brooch
you are right
pours
about
a cup
that.
of rum for you to drink and then begins to toast. Yeah, fuck Melora.
guys,
See? This guy has it, right?
guys,
All right. We're
what-
all on this train. This is exciting.
What happened?
Brooch, you're not. I did notice the rags on our statue.
Yes, nice touch,
Yeah.
by the way.
Of course,
I like that.
I don't trust where she tells me to go any longer.
That's
Not
smart.
since. And it kind of nods towards Ben.
And then Ace kind of looks around at everybody's like, "How did you know where to find us?"
I didn't. I just travel the oceans now.
But Melora didn't tell you where to find us.
No, I just travel the seas and I end up where I'm supposed to go.
I gotta say, I really assumed Melora would be the one to bring us all back together, but maybe I was right all along, and fuck Melora.
Guys. I think you're
This
giving
is a
up
fun
too
train
soon.
we've gotten on.
You guys, am I the only one that has held true to our beliefs?
And you
And
can
our
and you
convictions.
can hold to your beliefs. That's totally fine. Just I'm gonna go my way, and you can go your way, and that's okay.
Okay, well, I respect your guys' decision. All I can say is that I'll pray for you.
Ooh, all right. Well, can't say I love that, but
I
okay.
believe I believe
Jesus.
it's like
Laura.
Laura. I believe no matter how confusing the path might be, it is Melora's path that we're on, and I don't understand it now, but it will make sense. I'm sure of it, and I know you guys are going to find Melora again.
I mean, there's nothing confusing about Melora's path. It's pretty simple and straightforward.
Over the edge of the boat into the water.
Yeah, you landed at the bottom of the ocean.
I guess if you want to get all,
See?
if you want to get all personal about it.
Nest of vampires?
Not all of
Nest
us
of
can land on all
vampires.
fours whenever we fall.
I know I'm sorry, guys.
Or betrayed by your family and sent to prison.
Also, I should mention, being a Dampier, I can draw certain unwanted attention. So if you guys ever see a large spider hunting vampires, let me know. That son of a bitch, I've had several rows with him.
And you made it out. That's amazing.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of spiders. I mean, they're all right, but
You guys, well, I'm just glad we're back together. We're on the boat. We're heading home. Quilton, guys. Quilton.
Yes, it'll be exciting to see the hometown again. I am quite thrilled.
I mean, everything that's happened, like you, Simon, like this was all leading up to it.
Yeah. And that's why I think we're still in Melora's graces, because we found each other again.
Everything leading up to this point was your doing, and then I kind of like eyeball you. No, it's my father. He did all this.
Simon shrinks. Simon shrinks.
I thought you were like you're God, but then you're like, no, it was my father's fault. I almost killed you. I'm so sorry.
Whatever humanoid brawniness is there kind of shrinks away, and you see this kitten again, kind of like shying away. Oh my gosh, that hurts.
All right. Yeah, as you guys, tell stories of your years away, you find out a little bit more about what happened to you in these past few years. You keep setting sail for Quilton, and eventually the familiar shores and cliff lines of Quilton Bay become visible, and you're slowly heading into the bay itself. The lighthouse altar, obviously the first thing you see, sits high atop the hills overlooking the bay. You see that it's lit, people inside. You do notice as you enter into the bay, the forest itself is covered in fog and mist, much more than you ever remember before. And the bay holds 2 ships. There's some fishing ships coming in, some fishing ships leaving, but only 2 vessels that would be worthy on the open sea to be able to travel. During your time with the calming, there was usually a dozen or so here.
Can I gather everyone at the side of meaning these 3? I want to gather them at the side rail of the boat as we're passing by the beach that we all spent that day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just put my arms around them and I'm saying, guys, we're back. Do you remember that day? So long ago? I feel like so much has changed. And then I look at Ben. Does any of this ring a bell?
Faintly, the smell of the ocean breeze. The sound of the wind howling against the rocks. For a place where Melora's light has held so high, I feel a darkness.
Well, there is still hope. There's a seed of that memory in there, and I will nurture it.
Yes, I also sense darkness. But that's a special thing that I have. I can literally sense it. So that's more factual than ephemeral. But anyways,
I was being metaphorical.
Yeah. You guys got
Just
really
there's
emo.
there's like 2 boats here.
Yeah.
Seen more busy fishing villages in the last 6 months.
Thanks for coming up to the side of the rail, guys. I guess our talk's over.
Nah, Simon.
Nostalgia.
Simon. I totally understand, and I grab you around the waist, basically.
He leans his head and oh wait, no, you're super tiny.
Yeah, I'm a halfling. It's awkward.
He doesn't know what to do, so he just awkwardly places his hand on top of your head.
Yeah, man. We have been through so much, from the time we were just little ones. Even you, I can remember you running around in little diapers. It was what? Kind of weird seeing a cat in diapers, but
Until they got you a litter box.
Everybody poops, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Simon. I know these revelations are startling to you, but look, we're still optimistic for the future, hopeful about each of our lives. I don't really know about Ben. He still kind of looks dead, but you know, coming from me, you know, what do I have to say, right?
I probably also stink a little bit.
Your words, though, Val, they speak volumes, and I appreciate it.
Of course.
I know not everybody's excited to be back as I am. I know some of us have different motives for being back. But
the long side glance.
but I'm glad to be back with you guys, no matter the reason. And I'm excited that you guys are going to see me graduate. That's the thing I'm most excited about.
I'm excited I could be here for this.
Must be kind of important.
It is. It is. And even if you don't remember how important this is to me, it means a lot that you're here.
I'm glad you're here too, Ben. And I give Ben another hug.
Thanks, guys.
You should really get that eye checked out, though.
It's really gross.
I see a lot of future shenanigans using Ben as some kind of dead body decoy.
We can put things in there.
I'd rather you didn't.
Get
Strangely,
an eye patch.
Simon
They're
pulls out his
fashionable.
Simon pulls out his crab shell, just kind of eyeing the size. Like,
Yeah,
will
don't.
it fit?
I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, actually, but
Especially since it was eaten by crabs initially.
kind of fitting.
Yeah.
Maybe I should eat a crab and put its like claw in there.
Get its little
Yeah.
or its
that would
eyeball
be really cool.
eye stalk.
Ooh, an eye stalk.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Is this happening in character or is this just us?
It's hard
No,
to
this
tell.
is
It's
definitely,
This is
this is
just
definitely
us, yeah.
happening in character, I think.
Yeah, for sure. No, I honestly like crabs as much as they've eaten me are kind of cool.
Cool.
I've come to really appreciate and like acknowledge their cool factor down when I was living with them.
Well, they do serve an important purpose at keeping the environment in the ocean and the shores in balance.
Right. Yeah. They eat a lot of shit.
Yeah. They do. He's not wrong.
Can I see anything on like the two ships? Can I see their masts or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. Yeah. And yeah, you guys at this point have come up to the docks and are kind of anchoring onto one of the docks themselves.
That's not good. It's a 6.
Uh-oh.
A 6.
Well, actually, it's a 5.
5. Is there anything in particular you're wanting to see?
Just see if I know where the ships come from.
Oh, gotcha. They don't look recognizable to you. It's not a ship that you've sailed on before. They look like general merchant ships. That's about what you can tell from them.
Okay.
They look like they're for trading goods to other cities.
Can
Excellent.
I learn more about the mist, please, sir?
It's hard to see through.
Is there
It's a
any
mist.
sort of interesting things about it that I can tell from way out here?
That's the issue. There is it is so far away. You're at the docks, and then there's the city, the walls, and then the forest beyond that.
I would probably
Have you never
elbow.
seen a mist before?
Oh, Ben, we both have. Don't you remember? And I elbow you guys. You guys remember? I bet you that's Misty up there. I bet you that's Misty.
Oh, right.
You remember
yeah,
that?
I do
yes.
remember that he didn't want to be called that. Yeah.
Oh,
Right, spreading mist.
yes.
I forgot about them.
Yeah, that I mean, so do you want to get rid of this statue? Like, I noticed it's still on the boat, but you got it bound up real
Yeah, I'm
funny.
pretty sure he needs it.
It's part of my ship. I can't get rid of it. I just don't trust its guidance anymore. I used to be able to sit down and pray to Melora to try and get me where I wanted to go, and it worked up until it didn't work. And when it didn't work, it went bad.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be always doing the things that you want. Sometimes there's something you need to do that you're just not aware of.
What? Maybe. I thought that's what I was doing before.
Did that really not make sense? Or I can't tell if you guys
It
are.
made sense to Brooch.
Okay.
Referring to.
I was just laughing at Rhett's response. What?
I mean, it made sense, but also not in character.
What?
Come on, guys. You guys know. We're playing D&D. Come on.
I'm lost, but that's okay. I usually am. So,
Yeah.
well, okay.
Blindfolded or not, Melora clearly doesn't have any difficulty. So,
Right, and don't even get me started.
But you guys are at the docks. You see it's not very busy here. There's 2 city watch that are just kind of patrolling back and forth. There's a number of dock hands that are just sitting on one of the docks. They kind of look at you guys and go back to what they were doing, just chatting with themselves around a open box of some sort. But the rest of the town is yours. It's a bit of rain starting to fall. Clouds in the sky. What do you guys do?
Thanks for dropping by, friend. In the meantime, why don't you visit bit.ly/humbleinn and buy yourself something fancy on Humble Bundle. Help us keep the ale flowing around here. You can also leave our bartenders and troopers a tip over at patreon.com/inn at the end. We hope to see you here next week. Until then, grab your sword and keep on adventuring.